Hello students, today we are going to start our lesson number 2 of Science 2, Life Processes in Living Organisms. Last year we have studied many of the life processes like that of control and coordination, that of excretion. Plants also some life processes we have studied like that of photosynthesis, transpiration. There are several life processes like that of digestion, circulation, excretion, reproduction. These all processes require energy which we get from foodstuffs. Whatever foodstuffs we eat, carbohydrates we used to get from that of cereals like that of jawar, bajra, rice, or proteins we used to get from dals, pulses, fish, eggs, and the fat molecules we used to get from cheese, butter, paneer, like that way. This energy we used to get from plant originated food or animal originated food. Plants can prepare their own food by the process of photosynthesis. In process of photosynthesis, plants use carbon dioxide and water to produce carbohydrates and releases that of oxygen. This year we are going to study the process of respiration in detail. The process of respiration occurs at two levels. Number one is body level respiration. In body level respiration, we used to inhale oxygen and we used to exhale carbon dioxide. On your page number 13 of textbook, there is one figure which is given of human respiratory system. Here also the same figure I had shared with you, but in your textbook the names are not given. Which names you are going to put down from this figure, like that of first nostril cavity, second is nostril, third oral cavity, then fourth pharynx, trachea, larynx, like that way all the names you copy down from the figure in your textbook. This body level respiration already we have studied for our standard 7th. This year we are going to study the cellular level respiration. In cellular level respiration, glucose is oxidized with the help of oxygen or without oxygen. There are two methods of cellular respiration. Number one is aerobic respiration, that is in presence of oxygen this process occurs, and number two anaerobic respiration, it occurs in absence of oxygen. In cellular level respiration, this process is exactly opposite process of photosynthesis. In photosynthesis process, glucose is produced with the help of carbon dioxide and water. Here the glucose is again oxidized with the help of oxygen, and carbon dioxide, water and energy molecules will get produced. That we are going to study it in detail. Number one, aerobic respiration. In this process of aerobic respiration, glucose molecules get oxidized step by step. There are three steps of aerobic respiration. Number one is glycolysis. Glycolysis occurs in cytoplasm. Once again, I repeat, this process completes in cytoplasm. During this glycolysis, one molecule of glucose is oxidized step by step. In this process of glycolysis, the two molecules of ATP is that is adenosine triphosphate, two molecules of pyruvic acid, two molecules of NADH2 and two molecules of water are formed. Then these two molecules of pyruvic acid enters in mitochondria and again it converts into two molecules of acetyl coenzyme A. Then in this process, two molecules of NADH and two molecules of CO2 will also get produced. That picture you can observe on your screen. There are two molecules of acetyl coenzyme A there are two molecules of NADH and two molecules of CO2 will get produced with two molecules of pyruvic acid. This process was first time observed or discovered by three scientists. The scientists' names are Gustav Embden, Otto Meyerhof, and Jacob Parnas. So from their names, this process of glycolysis is also known as Embden-Meyerhof-Parnas pathway, or in short, it is also known as EMP pathway. Second step of aerobic respiration is tricarboxylic acid cycle, or it is also known as Krebs cycle. Sir Hans Krebs, first time it is discovered by him, that is tricarboxylic acid cycle. So it is given the name for, it is also known as Krebs cycle by his name. In this process, both the molecules of acetyl coenzyme A, which enters in mitochondria, which will go through a cyclic chain reaction, and in this process acetyl part of acetyl coenzyme A is completely oxidized and molecules of carbon dioxide, H2O, NADH2 and FADH2 are derived. You can observe this figure which is given on the screen. In this process acetyl coenzyme A, the part of acetyl coenzyme A which will get break into that of NADH2, FADH2, and molecules of water and carbon dioxide will also get formed. In this process of Krebs cycle, there are two ATP molecules will also get produced. This process is also known as citric acid cycle. Third step of aerobic respiration is electron transfer chain reaction. This also occurs in that of mitochondria. In this mitochondria, while the NADH2 and FADH2 molecules which forms during the Krebs cycle, that will participate in this electron transfer chain reaction. In this electron transfer chain reaction, the molecules of NADH2 turns into ATP molecules. From each NADH2 molecules, 3 molecules of ATP will get formed, and each molecule of FADH2 converts into 2 molecules of ATP in this cyclic reaction. In this way, in this electron transfer chain reaction, altogether 34 ATP molecules will get produced. You can observe the diagram which is given on the screen about that electron transfer chain reaction. The diagram given in your textbook, page number 14, 2.2, mitochondria and tricarboxylic acid cycle. That also you can refer. Here it is given NADH2, FADH2 which transfers into ATP molecules, and carbon dioxide and water will get produced during this reaction. Here altogether 34 molecules will get produced. You can observe a pink colored structure here which is ATP synthase. This ATP synthase produces ATP molecules as per the need of the cell. In this way, one glucose molecule will give us carbon dioxide, water, along with energy will get produced during this process of aerobic respiration. Altogether, if you will observe, during glycolysis there will be 2 ATP molecules will get used. During Krebs cycle there will be 2 ATP molecules, and during electron transfer chain altogether 34 ATP molecules will get produced. In this way, while one molecule of glucose will get completely oxidized in presence of oxygen, there will be total 38 ATP molecules will get produced. In this process of aerobic respiration, we observed that there are two enzymes which will help in the cellular respiration. The names of that enzymes are NADH2 and FADH2. The full forms of NADH2 and FADH2 are written on the screen. NADH2, nicotine amide adenine dinucleotide, FADH2, flavin adenine dinucleotide, which will help in the process of this aerobic respiration. This aerobic respiration, whenever there will be the deficiency or insufficient amount of carbohydrates in body due to some conditions like that of fasting, hunger, then in this condition the lipids or proteins that can be used for energy production. You can observe the chart which is given on page number 15 of your textbook. See, here lipids, while it is used during the process of aerobic respiration, lipids converts into fatty acids. These fatty acids converts into acetyl coenzyme A, and the next two steps will be common, that of Krebs cycle and electron transfer chain reaction. And in this process, carbon dioxide, water and energy will get produced. While carbohydrates are used, then this will go to the process of glycolysis. Then glycolysis produces pyruvic acid. Pyruvic acid converts into acetyl coenzyme A, then Krebs cycle, and lastly CO2, H2O and energy will get produced. In case of proteins, when it is used, it converts into amino acids. These amino acids then converts into that of acetyl coenzyme A, and then the Krebs cycle and electron transfer chain reaction gets completed, and carbon dioxide, water and energy will get produced. This flowchart you can draw from your textbook, page number 15. For our next presentation, we are going to study in detail about anaerobic respiration.